is...
Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Naz.
And I'm Alba, and in this video we are going to compare London versus Dubai. Which city is it better to live in?
We moved to the UK a long time ago, and since then we've lived kind of all across the world. But London and Dubai are the two cities where we've spent the most time. So we know a little bit about what we're talking about.
We are using 4 scoring elements to determine which city is best to live in. And these are purchasing power, things to do, day-to-day lifestyle, and long-term suitability.
And we are going to rank each of these elements from 0 to 10. At the end of the video, I will add them up for both the cities of London and Dubai, and the one with the highest score will be declared the winner, the best official city to live in between these two. But of course, these are just our opinions, and these parameters are based on our personal preferences, so don't take it too seriously.
So without further ado, let's get started with element number 1, which is purchasing power. Now, it's no secret that prices have gone up in both of these cities in the last few years, and salaries haven't really matched that up. So I think purchasing power scoring has kind of gone down on both of them. There's nothing we can really do about that.
But of course, Dubai has a special factor. I call it the no income tax factor. Essentially no taxes, which give Dubai residents a little bit of an uptick, especially on a global context.
In London, obviously, you have a progressive tax bracket system where the more you earn, the more tax you pay, and therefore I do think that your purchasing power goes down a little bit in London, and that's why our scores for this point are going to be
Dubai 8.5 out of 10
and London 6.5 out of 10.
And I just want to clarify that in Dubai, things are very expensive, especially what you see on social media.
Yeah.
But that's because people go to expensive places. If you watch some of our videos of Dubai in the past, we have shown you how affordable the city can actually be versus what you see on social media.
Even purchasing a property, I feel like it's more affordable than in London. In London, you have to exit the city on London, and then you're so far away, and even then it's still crazy expensive. So I think that's one of the main factors why we have given Dubai a higher score.
Now moving on to the second point, things to do. Now in this aspect, London is absolute heaven. There are so many things to do in London. There are art galleries for the art lovers, there's museums, there's brunch spots, there's parks, there's all of the events that happen in Europe tend to go to London first. And to give an example, Alba not too long ago went to Dopamine Land in London with her friends. I mean, we lived some footage here, but what is this kind of place? I don't know, but there is this thing in London, so definitely gonna be a high score here.
Another thing about London is there is so much to do for free. You don't need to spend money to have fun. You can go for walks, especially in the summer. There's food festivals, music festivals that a lot of time have free entry, and obviously you just pay for what you consume. So that's pretty fun. In terms of Dubai, Dubai also is pretty high up, I think, in terms of things to do, don't you say?
Absolutely. Some people think that there's not that much to do in Dubai, but honestly, you have the desert just around the corner. You have the sea, so you can do sea activities such as renting a boat, which we've done not too long ago.
Going to the beach. I mean, I love the beach. And there's also malls and indoor skiing and museums as well.
The only limiting factor about Dubai, I think, is the weather. It gets a little bit too hot during the summer months, and people avoid being outside, which means that during 4 to 6 months of the year, you can't do that much that's outdoors.
Yeah, so that obviously reduces the score for Dubai on this category.
But for London, we are giving a straight out 10 out of 10, a lot of things to do for every taste.
And Dubai, we are gonna have to give it a 9, just slightly under because of the summer months in the city.
But I think we both agree that both cities are great when it comes to things to do.
Moving on to category number 3, that is day-to-day lifestyle. And for this one, London doesn't score very high for us. And that's the reason we left London a few years ago, because most of the year is just dark and gloomy and rainy, and that can really impact your productivity and your overall feeling, I think.
Nobody likes waking up to a dark day, going to work, and then coming back and it's dark again and it's cold, right? And another thing about London is that you kind of need to live in the outskirts. Nobody can afford living in the center. So you will take roughly, 45 minutes just to get to work every day on a crummy tube or train that's also expensive, close to like £8 a day we were spending. And it's just not the best case scenario.
Dubai, on the other hand, has beautiful weather all year round, except for the months that it does get very hot. But commuting to work during those months usually is not a problem. Most people just rent a car or get a taxi, which actually is much more affordable than in Europe or in the UK.
Sometimes getting a taxi in Dubai is cheaper than taking the train in London, believe me.
Yes.
And public transportation, even though it's quite limiting right now, it's being developed, it's growing, and it's very, very affordable. It can cost less than £1 per trip.
Also, everybody that I've ever met who's moved to Dubai will agree on this, that life in Dubai just seems so easy because you can get everything to your door delivered. You don't need to move a finger if you don't want. You can get your laundry done, your house cleaned for not very expensive. So obviously these are things that help with your everyday life.
And this is one of the reasons why when people say, oh, I'm moving to Dubai for like 2-3 years to save some money and then I'll be back, everybody stays for like a decade. It's ridiculous. Nobody leaves.
I think the one downside to the day-to-day lifestyle in Dubai is that the work-life balance is not as good as in London. In London, it's really common to kind of shut your laptop and leave the office at 5 p.m. whilst people in Dubai are hustlers. People work until late. You will be staying long hours.
Yeah, so we didn't rank either city particularly high on this category, and we've decided to go for London, a 5,
and Dubai A7 because of the positive things that we mentioned.
And finally, number 4, long-term suitability. Now this one is a fairly specific one to your personal taste.
Yeah.
For you, long-term suitability may be the place that gives you a better chance of raising a family, of having a pet, of even traveling to other sides of the world. Whereas for me, for us, it may mean something different. So in this one, the opinions might vary quite a bit, but drop us in the comments your opinion on this one.
London for us, long term, I think makes a lot of sense. We love the fact that there's public schools, public healthcare, the infrastructure is really good and it's well recognized for education. Our kids could go to university in the UK and we can be sure that they'll have a great future.
On a downside, however, safety is a bit of a concern in London. There's been an uprising in safety concerns in the past decade, and this is something that makes you think.
And before we move on to Dubai, we do have to mention that both cities, London and Dubai, are very multicultural cities, which is something that we absolutely love about both of them. So that's a plus point for sure.
Now, going to Dubai, safety point is a plus, 100%. I always feel so safe in the city, and I feel like growing a family there would be pretty good.
We also really love that Dubai is growing very fast and there is more things to do, more opportunities, and us growing with the city will give us a lot more economical possibilities than kind of trying to make it in a huge city like London. Also, I've mentioned this before, but domestic help is really affordable in Dubai. So it's very common for families to get nannies, cleaners, etc., which if you are planning to have a big family can really, really help on the day-to-day. On the downside, there is no public healthcare or public schools, so you have to pay for all of those services, and if you are tight on money, it might not be a good option for you.
So for these reasons, the fact that there's pros and cons in both of the cities, we decided to give it a tie at 8 apiece.
Meaning 8 for Dubai, 8 for London.
I think that was pretty self-explanatory.
I'm not sure.
I
You
thought
speak really weird.
I sounded cool.
So, what is the total score for both of these cities? It was actually really, really tight, but the winner is Dubai. Wait. Sorry, again.
Dubai. What? Dubai. Yeah, as Alba said, it was really tight, but the main point of this is that it really depends on your preferences, and why don't you write your scores and share them down below? Would you rank these cities the same as us or slightly different? Maybe London would edge out in your opinion. I don't know. You let us know.
If you guys are considering moving to any of these cities, make sure to check out matuto.com. It's our startup that we built to help expats move abroad. You can find reliable information, tools, and if you upgrade to premium, you get to speak to us and we can help you with your move. So I think that's gonna be everything for this video.
Absolutely. We look forward to seeing you in the next one because we have a lot more content coming soon. So
Yeah.
thank you for watching and we'll see you
In our next video.